Hi, Pastor Paula and Pat and brothers and sisters of the church. My name's Scott Gillespie. I'm with Otterskin Roof Gear, and I'm up on top of your roof right now. I thought what I'd try to do is give you a tour of your roof, show you what it is that I'm seeing and what Pat saw earlier today. That way we don't have to parade everybody up here to see what's going on. While I'm doing that, it might get a little comical. There's several different roof levels up here, so it might get a little jerky as I'm hopping up to one and down to another. But bear with me on that and try not to laugh too much at it. While I'm doing this, I'm going to give you a little narrative of what it is that I'm seeing, some recommendations that I would have going forward, both from a performance standpoint and a warranty standpoint, as well as a budget standpoint. So we want to make sure that we're going to maximize the roof that you can have done and minimize the amount that you have to spend on it. So I think you'll appreciate that. So with that said, I'm going to turn this around. Give you a shot of your roof here. The roof that I'm on right now is the roof in the back. To give you an idea, here we are, the parking lot. So we're right up on this first section of the roof. This is the adjoining wall. I guess there was some discussion that there may be some issues with this wall. If there is, from what I'm seeing, you know, you've got these areas right here that have been boarded up, caulked pretty good, but those could be some suspect areas. But the roof really is ready to be replaced. I did a core cut, and I believe Pat's got a sample of that core cut to show you what it's made of. But it's a couple of inches of foam on top of about a ½ inch of built up membrane, which is a tar based and felt, layers of tar, layers of felt. And then underneath that, a couple of inches of insulation board, some open cell vermiculite. The core cut that I did was in this area right here, and it was dry. The foam was dry, the underlayment was dry, everything was fine. And the explanation on that is that the foam on top is a closed cell insulation, which means that it's not going to hold water. Then you've got the built-up roof, which is probably protecting most of the water from getting underneath and saturating the 2 inches of open cell insulation that's under there that is dry. If it was wet and saturated, it would still be wet and saturated. As a result, my recommendation on this is that we do not need to do a tear-off in this area. It's going to save you money on labor, it's going to save you money on disposal, and it's going to save our landfills from materials that don't need to be in it right now. So all the way around, it's going to be good. It's also going to be good for your budget. So I shared some information and education with Pat on the system we install. It is a single ply vinyl membrane, and what we would do, it might be kind of tough to see this, but you can see evidence of like ponding water here in the back. The surface on this foam is very hilly. Looks like moguls on a ski hill, if you will. So what we would do is we would put a ½ inch layer of fan fold down. It's just a white styrofoam board with a facer on it, and that would go down over top of the existing foam roof, and then from there we can skin right over top of it with our Duralast single ply membrane. It's a vinyl membrane that gets hot air welded together, so once we're done with the roof, it'll be one solid continuous piece of vinyl from side to side, front to back, over the edges, and on the adjoining walls we'll wrap up the adjoining wall and terminate to it. Okay, let's go on a little tour here. This next section that I'm going to show you is the second section that my charge was to put an estimate together for immediate repair, or I'm sorry, replacement. So as we're walking down through here, this section right here would be included in this area. We come out onto this section here, and there's a couple of leaks in this area. I believe Pastor Paula's office is kind of in this general area right in here. I did a core cut right over in this area. Again, that was dry, so we're not worried about any saturated issues that would require a tear off. I did a couple of repairs for you while I was up here, no charge. These were some areas where the foam had split and opened up and there was water coming in. And then Phil did a repair up over here with some foam a little while ago. Which you can see maybe a little bit better in this, how bumpy it is up here. It's holding water. So when we put that fan fold down and then the new vinyl membrane, you still probably will have some areas that might hold some water, but not like it is right now. And this is water that's left over after a couple of days, so I can just imagine all the water that was up here right after it rained. So it'll be a good system for you. Up over here, this is another section. I didn't have the ladder back up here, but this is the area that I looked at next. This one looks like it's in pretty decent shape. This next section here, probably in about the same condition as what this section was over here that we're quoting. In this section here, it's pretty bad. A lot of the foam is starting to bubble up pretty good. This section up here actually doesn't look too bad. Maybe a little bit of repair work with some roof cement wouldn't be a bad idea to hit. Our next section down here is a section that was already done. This is a single ply membrane. It would be a TPO. Kind of hard to see on video probably, but it's a non-reinforced single ply membrane. As opposed to the Duralast is reinforced. It's got polyester blend inside of it. Stepping up onto this roof, this is in pretty rough shape as well. Kind of wide open though. Alrighty, last one. Bear with me. This one's going to be a little tough getting up. Hold on one second. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. This one is in very rough shape. As you're walking across, the foam is separated from the built-up underneath of it. Where was that one area? Right here. Just kind of give you an idea what's going on. If you can see this, you can get water to squirt right out of that. So there's a lot of areas like this that could use some attention. I think what I might do is I'll put together a number for you as well to come out here and do some good, maybe a couple of days just to hit everything that we can see on these other roofs to tide them over until you can afford to have these done as well. So I believe this should do it. So I will be working on crunching some numbers for you. I want to get a sharp pencil for you and send some of these drawings, these layouts over to Duralast Engineering and have them do the layout for it so that they can tell me exactly how much membrane we're going to need to order from them. Then that way it'll reflect better in your estimate. So bear with me for a little bit on some of these sections, but I'll get them right over to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, if you have any questions for me, phone number is 779-0138. It's 989-779-0138. Or you can call me toll free at 1-866-GO-OTTER. So this has been a lot of fun. Hopefully we can work with you on putting these roofs on for you and get rid of the headache. And like I said, any questions, give me a call anytime. Thanks guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.